Hi, dads and husbands. Okay, listen, moms, I know you're so nosy. You've already pressed play, even though the title says for dads only. It's for husbands. It's for men. I know you're gonna watch it, but what I want you to do is to shoot this to your hubbies, okay? Okay, dads, hi. Listen, I've been talking to your wife a lot lately, and she is trying to heal your child of his ADHD symptoms, his ADHD brain. And what that looks like in the household is most likely a woman who is exhausted and frustrated and highs and lows, different from the normal highs and lows of a regular mom with just regular neurotypical children. We have extra highs and lows because we feel like we are running against a clock trying to heal our child, okay? We're the ones, we are getting emails from the teachers, we are going to all these different physicians and these practitioners, we're trying all these different therapies, and we are going to these IEP meetings, and we are getting 504 programs in place, and we are exhausted, and we just want to have a recovered, healed, regular kid. And so it puts us under a lot of stress. So when you see us at the end of the day, we're like crazy. We're crazy. And you don't know what to do for us because you don't even know what new diet we're on, what new supplement our kids are taking. You just probably see a lot of doctor's bills, or if you're like my husband, there were times where I just didn't even know what I was doing with supplements years ago. And I'm like hitting Amazon, trying this, trying that. So I get it, or I should say my husband really gets it when he listens to what other dads are going through. Because sometimes he's with me when I'm talking to a mom and the dad's there. And it's funny because when I talk to a mom and the dad's there, the dad is listening. He really, really is on board, moms. For those moms that are not supposed to be watching but are watching right now. But hey, dads, I know you're on board, and I know you want the same thing that your wife wants. I know that you want a healed child. And I'm telling you that the stuff that my husband and I saw in our boys were at times so alarming. I mean, the behaviors, the unpresent, faraway look, the angry outburst, the incessant tantrums, the inability to focus, to concentrate, problems socializing with friends, difficulties riding the bike, throwing the ball, handwriting. The list goes on and on and on. So here's my strategy for you dads, since pretty much that's what I try to give your wives. The strategy I give you is give them a hug. Give them a hug. Nod your head a lot. Ask how they're doing. Ask how your child's doing in school that day, maybe. And let her unload. Let her unload, but keep giving her the hugs. And say things like this: wow, I hear you. Okay, he's gonna get better. I really appreciate all that you're doing. I'm starting to get choked up. I'm imagining if my husband said this to me, which he does. He does say this to me. But way back then, he did not say this to me. He watched me cry and fall apart. And he was so, busy in his own life. I mean, he was working, we have 6 kids, and he was busy, and he was trying to support a family. And he's got this wife who's on a wild roller coaster, depending on how well her kids are doing that day. And, if he had a crystal ball, if he knew how the outcome was going to be, he would have said back then to me, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Do you need me to do anything? Can I help with anything? And I'm going to tell you something. There's not a lot that you can do, but if you could just ask us if there's something that you could do, that would be huge. And there will be times we'll be like, we'll say to you, I don't know, maybe you could put him to bed for once. Or, I don't know, can you get him to stop temper tantruming? Or, I don't know, it's not going to be done. It's not going to be said in a very nice way. I'm sure it won't be. And if you could just not get angry, and if you could instead maybe put a hand on our shoulder, like as opposed to like grinding in from behind us, like this, like give us a hand on the shoulder, a little less sexual, and give us a hug and say, let me do this. I know it's been hard, and thank you so much. And then you go do whatever it is. Can I just tell you something? Your wife will think that's the hottest thing ever. We really will. And when we just know that you're on our side and we know that we can just cry a little bit, and then if you could just say to us, it's going to be okay. Thank you for all you're doing. I know we'll figure it out, or I know you'll figure it out. If there's anything you need me to do, if you need me to research something, I'll do that for you. And listen, we're really not going to have you research anything because we think we know it all. We just do. But we want to be loved during this time, and we don't want our marriages to fall apart, and we know that they are. And we just need you to tell us that you love us and that you're proud of us and that you know that it's hard on us, and that if there's anything we can think of that would lighten our load, that for us to just tell you, because you want to help us out. And will you please, even though we tell you we don't want to go out to dinner on Friday night, you know, when it's 7 o'clock and you've walked in the door and we are still disheveled, and not even because we have little ones, you know, our kids could be older. I mean, the kid that we're talking about could be 14 years old and he's just literally wreaking havoc in our lives. And so you say, let me take you to dinner. And we say, no, that's okay. Don't believe us. Don't believe us. And maybe you even tell us in the middle of the day, hey, I want to take you out to dinner tonight. Or tell us, you know, I want to take you to dinner and a movie. Something. Show us that you care about us and that you want to nurture us. We already know we're total basket cases with this situation with our kids. So, but we really want to be loved up. And you know what? This marriage is worth totally working really hard at, because when you figure this out and when you heal those little ADHD brains or those teenager ADHD brains, and you really get them to a place where they are no longer your every topic of conversation, you know, what you're left with is your wife. And you want to be friends during this process, although it's a very tricky process in the home. You want to stay friends and you want to stay connected. And listen, eventually she's going to even have sex with you. So just play your cards right, you know, because she really does want to do that with you. She just is so overwhelmed. So you got this. Just hang tight, dads.